الرحمن الرحيم نويت الأربعين نويت الاعتكاف نويت الخلوة نويت العزلة نويت الرياضة نويت السلوك لله تعالى العظيم في هذا المسجد. Inshallah, in this session we will begin Tafseer Surah Al-Shams, Surah 91. And it was revealed to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Makkah al-Mukarram. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طحاها ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving an oath, and He is want to show us the greatness of His creation. So He is saying, and I will give the commentary in English here, what they have commented is that by the sun and his glorious splendor, by the moon as she follows him, by the day as it shows up the sun's glory, by the night as it conceals it, by the firmament and its wonderful structure, by the earth and its wide expanse. That is what we are able to understand. And you know, Allah's word, no one can understand that. And that's why wherever scholars, they go more and more interpreting Allah's word, it never ends. If the whole oceans were ink and the pen and trees were pen, Allah's word never ends. So Allah is saying, وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا. He said, وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا. Why He chose to begin with the sun? Because as everyone knows, scientists, that if there is no sun, there will be nothing living on earth. Means the sun is a major source of life. And Allah wants to show us His greatness through highest level and coming to reach us when we are living on earth. And that's why He began with Shamsi wa Duha, by the sun and its glorious splendor. And then He said, and the moon that followed. And then He said, وَالنَّهَارِ إِذَا جَلَّ, and the day, and continue later, say by the night. And He described the whole picture of life in that 2-3 verses. The sun, which is source of life, the moon, which reflects that source of life on earth, the day that we are living, the night that we are sleeping, then وَالسَّمَاءِ وَمَا بَنَاهَا. Now He's showing the relationship between heavens and earth. And that's why He said وَالسَّمَاءِ, and the heavens by the firmament and its wonderful structures. He is comparing it to earth now, and by the earth and its expanse. Then He comes to us, a human being, where He say وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا, by the soul and the proportion and order given to it. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا, He is saying the sun. What we understand from the sun? When Fajr, we pray Fajr, and we say the sun, you begin to see the light coming, but you don't see yet the sun. So the sun, how it is known that there is the sun? By the light. So, and that's why when he say, he immediately followed the sun by describing its light. He said, وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا, or its light. Duha in Arabic, dahwa, is when the sun rises and you can see it. That's where you pray 2 rak'ats ishraq after Salatul Fajr. You are praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that to His greatness that He created that source of life for you. That's why awliyaullah, they follow the sunnah of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to pray ishraq, because it is the sign that you are thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that light that make all source of life available on earth. And he said, وَالشَّمْسِ, by the sun and its splendor. What's splendor?
Reflection.
Glory, greatness.
Yeah, but it doesn't give it the meaning. وَضُحَاهَا here, it's not only splendor. Duhaha, dahwa, is its appearance through the sign of the light and establishing its strength. When something appears, takes everything, what they say, you are a spotlight. What's that mean? You go to a conference and people say you are the spotlight or you are the guest of honor. What's that mean?
The main attraction.
The main attraction. So the sun, as it appears in the skies, it takes the whole skies under it. It becomes the sultan of this of the skies, of the as-sama. There is nothing anymore appears there except you cannot see anything else. Do you see anything there? That's why he said was sama'i, and its power, its strength, its sultan. Means takes everything, nothing appear anymore. The appearance is for that sun. Do you see anything else? If you look at the sun, keep looking for 2 minutes, turn your eyes, you see black. There is nothing existing. The sun exists everywhere. Yeah? That's why Allah saying, وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا, and its splendor, that's the meaning of the splendor. And when duha, that's why we pray ishraq and then we pray duha. The duha is the time of that the sun goes up higher and higher. As it goes up to the highest point, it reaches zuhur time. Means it's like a full moon. When the moon goes slowly until 15, it is a full moon. The highest peak of the strength of the sun is when it reach what you call it? Zenith. Allahu Akbar. And الضحوة, فالضحى والضحوة, they are two words. They are coming from they describe the light, nur ash-shams. Nur, the light of the sun. And when that light comes, every shade disappear. Shadow, the shade. There is no more zill. Zal shadow. No?
Yeah, shadow. Darkness.
Every shadow or every shade that you can shadow, you cannot see anymore. It's gone. When sun. That's why when the sun is in the middle in zenith, you put a stick. You don't see any. What you say? Shadow. It's controlling every, dominating everything. There is nothing under except under its control. And that's why Allah is saying, "Washamsi waduhaha." That's something big. You have to understand that this is not something simple. Who is putting that sun millions of years in that place with that light, that source of energy giving life to humanity, and making the day and the night to be two signs, ayatan, two signs, two miracles, by making that earth turn around itself, making day and night. Why not the sun turning about its axis itself? Why the earth? Why not the sun? Who made the sun be fixed and make the earth moving? Doesn't need someone behind it? That's Allah's greatness, that He's saying, take an example from my creation. Look at the sun, وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا. Look at the sun and its strength and its domination. It's dominating everything. There is nothing can stand in front of the sun. Even you put the biggest telescope, it burns everything behind. If you look, it burns you. Bring a paper and put that lens, magnifier, it burns the paper. Source of energy. Who made that source of energy? How much they are getting oil from earth in order to make energy here, and they are afraid after 10 years or 20 years or 100 years, it's finishing. Allah was not afraid that the sun will finish. That is kun fayakun, be and it will be. When He said be, it's already there. That sun never ends until Allah says stop. It stopped. The sun, it's praising, the sun, tasbihul shams, praising of the sun, keeps it keep its light and its energy and its fire going out, exploding. That is from its praising to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That we cannot hear, but Prophet hearing that. From that praising, its life. When Allah wants that sun to finish, orders the sun stop praising. It stop, it's finished, it goes. Allah, 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 Allah. And then He said, وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَلَاهَا. And the moon that follows, or she follows the sun. The moon that follow what? The moon doesn't follow, doesn't walk. What it follows? وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَلَاهَا. Talaha in what? Follow the sun in what? Huh? You remember in English what they said? Huh? By the moon as she follows him. Follows the sun in what? Allah is showing the greatness that the moon will follow. When the sun goes, the moon comes. Who is moving that? Who is making that changes? وَكُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ. Every planet in its orbit swimming, Allah said. Who is making the moon now, the sun to go, the moon to come?
Subhan. Allah, Allah, Allah.
The moon is there, but you cannot see it until the earth turns on its axle and become on the side that is dark. Then you can see the moon, because at that time the sun doesn't show up on earth. You cannot see it because it's becoming dark. And the moon is following the footsteps of the sun. إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم الله. If you really love Allah, follow me. Allah loves you. The sun is telling the moon, follow me. If you follow me, you will be shining like me. If you don't follow me, you'll never be shining. So what the moon did? Welcome, Allah said. It's not our word, it's Allah's word. If we are going to say the moon is following the sun, they say, oh, what he is speaking. But Allah is saying, وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا. And the moon that followed the way, means follow the footsteps behind the sun. So when he followed the they say the moon she follow, or it follows the footsteps of the sun, it begins to reflect that light from the sun on earth. There is no light on the moon. Moon is with no light. Is that? The moon is there is no activity on the moon. There is no energy explosion, if we want to say in a scientific word, that it is bringing that source of light. But since the moon followed, as Allah said, وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَلَاهَا, since the moon followed the way, or follow what the other one with its activity and its energy, she will be, this moon means, inherited or blessed or dressed with that light, although he has no light. Allah, with his mercy, bless him with that light, and he will be dressed. He become shining. means a dead planet becomes shining because he been blessed by following the footsteps, following the sun, and looking at the sun and taking from it. وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَلَاهَا. That's why to awliyaullah, now we go to the little bit to other side. For them, the sun represent ar-ruh, the spirit. That ruh that has the activity, the energy, the power. The body without the soul is nothing. So the moon without the sun doesn't shine. The body without the soul doesn't shine. So the soul or the spirit is the main source for life to the heart of that body. From that, the moon becomes, he takes the light from the sun, becomes like a representative to the sun at night. Like a khalifa, a deputy in darkness for people to be guided through his light. That's why Allah said, إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. I'm making on earth a khalifa, means carrying from me, I'm sending to him that light to make that earth alive. And Allah is describing that in Surah Al-Shams through two verses, وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَلَاهَا. Describe the whole life structure. There is one main source and there is a representative. Takes from the main source, that representative will be dressed. What he is dressed, he can guide those who are around him. No one can take from the sun directly, it will burn him. But from the moon you can all the night looking at the moon and you have no problem with your eyes, doesn't affect you. Look at the sun 2 minutes, you cannot. Allah. And that's why he said, وَجَعَلَ الشَّمْسَ ضِيَاءً وَالْقَمَرَ نُورًا. He said, he made the sun source of energy, ضِيَاء. He didn't say light. ضِيَاء means the energy when it is exploding and coming, it is energy. There is a hidden energy when it's exploding. It's that explosion making that light, and that's why they say وَالشَّمْسِ ضِيَاءُ الشَّمْس in Arabic. وَنُورُ الْقَمَرِ. Nurul Qamar means ضِيَاءُ الشَّمْس, the energy or the source of the light. So the moon is not the source of the light. The Shams is the source, and that's why they call it Diya. and they call moon Nur. Nur means the reflection of the source of energy. So it's only reflecting, it's a messenger.
Subhanallah.
It's giving you the guidance.
Allah.
قَدْ جَاءَكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ نُورٌ وَكِتَابٌ مُّبِينٌ. From Allah came to you Nur,
Allah.
means came to you the Nur, the reflection of the source of knowledge. That is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Is described as the moon.
Allah.
Allah sent to you Nur wa Kitabun Mubin and Holy Quran. And all scholars said Nur is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah, Allah. So in a human being, what is the moon? What is the sun? The moon in a human being is the place of the heart. The heart is like the body, is from the body is a piece of flesh. Is that? Anything else? So Qamar is a piece of a planet that has no life on it. So the heart is a piece of that body, is a piece of that flesh. What makes the heart functioning is the ruh. So the heart of a human being is described as the moon. The ruh is described as the sun, the source of energy. When you be able to make the ruh or dominate the heart, then you will be a reflector of light. The heart begins to reflect light, knowledge. When you make the heart dominate the ruh through the desire of the worldly life, that ruh is closed, covered, not dominating anymore. It's compressed, is hidden or there is a word, but
strangled.
Put down. So it cannot comes out because you have
Camouflage.
pressured it
Compressed.
with the desire of the heart, the bad desires. And that's why the heart has the bad desires and the good desires. If you let the bad desires control the heart, then you have no more light in your heart. That's become like a fountain of knowledge. There is no more that. You become connected with dunya and everything to you is dunya. When you make your heart down and the ruh dominate the heart like the sun dominating the moon, dominating the whole skies when it appears. So if you make the ruh dominate your whole body, every cell of your body will be reflecting light to humanity. And that's why we were discussing in Jum'ah about Sahaba, how they were able to convert masses of people all around the world without knowing their languages, because they don't need, they speak with the language of the Ruh. That light that they reflect from their bodies, which they take it from the main source of energy, they reflect it through their body out, it's enough to change the heart of people immediately. Like laser. Laser, you can heal any sickness. Many sicknesses are being healed today with laser. If you keep the light of that laser without using it, it is there. When you use it, open it up to sick people and direct it, it will heal them.
Subhanallah, Mashallah.
You don't need to talk.
Allah, Allah, Subhanallah.
Only send that light. It will take all these sicknesses away.
Subhanallah.
You don't need surgery. Only that light goes. And it will work out. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا. That's big. With the sun and its splendor. Means with the ocean of Bahrul Qudra, the ocean of power. And its splendor, what's going to do to humanity when I am dressing them and blessing them and making them Khalifa on earth, means Khalifa on their physical bodies on this earth to represent and reflect my light.
Allah, Subhanallah.
And that's why there is not many moons, there is one moon.
Allah, Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Subhanallah.
No two moons.
One moon.
Where we are living is one.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
So there is one prophet, seals of messenger, that can inherit that light and give. You can take from that, but you are not the moon, he is the moon. Allahu Akbar. Allah, Allah. Then so as we said, the heart, as the moon follow the sun, as described here by the sun and its splendor, by the moon and she follows him, as the moon follow the sun, also the heart, the moon of the heart has to follow the spirit and the soul in order that it will take from its light to be able to reflect anywhere. If the heart, the moon of the heart follow the ego, at that time, that heart will follow the darkness and fall completely in a dark situation which has no light. You cannot see. That person will be completely in darkness. It is said, Awliyaullah, they said that Inna Shamsa آية للحقيقة الإلهية الكمالية الأكملية. And now you need someone to explain that. فهمت? You try to translate. إن الشمس آية للحقيقة الإلهية الكمالية الأكملية. That the sun is the reality of the heavenly, of the lordly, heavenly perfection. Perfected perfection. Understood? The sun describe, that's what it means. Means it represent, it symbolize the sign of the reality of the Lordship, of the Lord of heaven, where it represent the highest perfected perfection. There is no more perfection more than the sun with its splendor. When it dominates the heavens, when it comes up and dominate, means everything disappear. There will be nothing existing except that reality during the day. Means there is no reality existing except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything else is not existing, is vanishing in His presence. No one can raise his head. That's what it means. That's why Allah saying, وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا, the sun and its splendor. He's describing he's describing the reality of that attribute of qudra, power. He's describing one of his attributes, the Bahrul Qudra, the ocean of power, from which everything came out. It's one name only. He's describing one name. And the moon والقمر آية للحقيقة الإنسانية الكمالية الأكملية. And the moon is it symbolizes the reality, the human reality that has been perfection, the highest perfected personality or reality that represent humanity, and it is Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why ulama and the scholars and awliya, they say the moon represent the Prophet and the sun represent the Qudratullah. The Bahrul is not the whole Qudra, it's a part of that ocean of power. And as this moon, since the moon was created, till Judgment Day, he is the center of كان مجلى ومظهر تجلي نور الشمس. He is the center of focusing, of concentration, where you concentrate and you focus on something. Moon was the focus of the realities that the sun was dressing the moon with these realities to make the moon to reflect that light out to humanity in darkness, when there is darkness. So it represents, since it was created, the moon, until Judgment Day, the moon is in every time, in every century, in every moment, reflecting that light that is receiving from the sun. Means Prophet, the seals of messenger, that the moon symbolizes the seals of messenger, is always the focus and the center of Allah's blessings and Allah's dressing him in every century, in every moment, going along with the humanity and the living humans on earth until Judgment Day. Not only from his time, but before Adam creation even. He was accompanying all centuries. He was in all these centuries, in all this time. From that, kuntu nabiyan wa Adamu bayna al-ma'i wa at-tin. I was a prophet and Adam between clay and water. And first, what Allah created is my light, he said. So he was accompanying all creation that Allah created on earth and he was the seals of messenger for them. And why this moon comes at night? Why not during the day? You don't see it. Because during the day, that Allah showing His power to you. Worship me. But I send you a Khalifa to guide you in darkness, when you are in darkness. And that's why the moon appears only at night. Means Prophet ﷺ, Allah sent him as a messenger and seals of messengers on earth to take the darkness and bring light. Because to take devils away, evilness away, and bring the light to humanity. That's why the symbol of moon, you don't see it except at night. Means at darkness. And the symbol of Prophet, you don't see his guidance except when you are in darkness. You don't see the light of the Prophet except when you are falling in the dark and making sins. You remember. And that's why he said, you really love Allah, follow me. That's it. Follow the moon. How the people are guided at night? They look for the moon. He said, إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم الله. Follow me. You don't follow me, then you cannot. If you don't see, if there is no moon, you are lost at night, especially in desert. How you know your direction? Cannot see. May Allah forgive us. May Allah support us. And we will continue, inshallah, next time. Continuation of that, the light of the moon and the sun and its splendor. ومن الله التوفيق بحرمة الفاتحة.